Hey, what's up? It's your girl, Soncerae here. I'm so sorry I haven't been able to do live stream. I don't really live stream as much as I used to. I always say that at the beginning of my live streams. I really don't have a lot of time to live stream anymore because my career has picked up so much, not just with my OnlyFans, but on social media in general. Just my TikToks, my Instagram, my Facebook, everything. All of my businesses, they have seemed to, like just made it busier. I've had more clients. I just had more things going on. So it's definitely harder for me to do live streams. Even on Instagram, I don't do them as much as I used to. Hey, what's up? I see you in there. What's going on? I wanted to talk about OnlyFans for a second. Now, I know it's easy for a lot of men to assume what kind of life I have being on OnlyFans. And for a lot of men, you guys assume what I'm doing on there. And a lot of times, like, let me tell you some of the assumptions that men might have about women who get on OnlyFans. The first assumption that I always hear people claim that women have, they must be broke if they're on OnlyFans. They must be struggling if they're on OnlyFans. That's not necessarily the case. When I decided to join OnlyFans, I joined OnlyFans because I wanted an additional source of income online. I wanted a subscription based type of thing online, and I didn't want to use YouTube because it wasn't effective, and I didn't want to use Patreon because it wasn't effective. So I was like, what could I use that's subscription based that can generate me more income and I can still give relationship advice? So I thought about my history. I thought about my history on the internet. I thought about what I had been doing with my career most of my life, and I thought about the time of my career where I was modeling for about 6 years. And I had stopped modeling because I felt like it wasn't conducive to who I was trying to become. And I wasn't generating enough income for me. It wasn't enough for me to, keep putting energy into it. But I realized that OnlyFans, I could post pictures, those same pictures from when I was modeling the first time, and generate some income off of them if I started doing those same types of images again. And so it just created another source of income for me. Now, automatically, people were spreading rumors assuming that I did pornography. That's another thing. A lot of people are assuming that women get on there and they're doing pornography. There are a lot of celebrities on OnlyFans. I am no longer top 7% on there. I am now top six. Okay. And it took me a long time to get top six. Okay. Because I kept being at top seven. And to get to the top 10 to begin with is a lot. You have to understand it's a lot of people on OnlyFans. So the celebrities, it's celebrities on there that's doing porn, of course, and OnlyFans used to be just a porn site. Now you got other people on there doing other things. You have cosplay on there, you have artists on there doing concerts, artists that not just like Tyga, and Tyga doing porn on there, but there are other artists on there that are just doing their music. It's people on there doing cooking tutorials. It's people on there just doing yoga instruction and all types of stuff. So I was like, all right, it's called OnlyFans, so you can get on there and do whatever it is that you want to do. So I'm gonna go up there and do my unique thing, which is give sex, love, and relationship advice to men who actually want it, and also cater to men who think I'm very attractive. All right. A lot of men believe I'm a beautiful woman. There are a lot of men out there, of course, on YouTube that feel like black women are unattractive, or black women wear weave, or, black women aren't naturally beautiful unless they're wearing weave and makeup and all that foolishness. But then you got men out here who genuinely feel like, regardless to what I'm wearing, I'm gonna be fine as hell. Whether I'm wearing a wig, my natural hair, whether it doesn't matter. It's men out there who think I'm so fucking attractive. And I was like, I got a gift, the gift of beauty, and I'm just going to put a price tag on it. Okay, so I got onto my OnlyFans, and of course, there is still a lot of things that I don't do. And it's a girl on there that I love that's been kind of coaching me. And I was promoting her for a long time. Her name is Rivka Zorian, and you'll see her if you go into my OnlyFans. Her name is Rivka Zorian, and she is very much the type of chick that you would want to go see on OnlyFans. And so she's always telling me, like, I gotta get out of my fear of being like extremely sexual for men if I want to generate some income on there. Because there's certain things that I just will not do. And she's like, well, it's so much stuff that, I didn't want to do at first when I got on there, but then with time I just got more comfortable. And for me, when I get on OnlyFans, it's like there's a certain thing that I would do on OnlyFans that I'm just not gonna do inside of my relationship, and vice versa. The person that I am on OnlyFans is for the people that's on OnlyFans. But when I'm dealing with my man, it's a different thing. So I'm trying to make sure that I decipher the difference between this person that I'm being on OnlyFans versus the person that I am when I get in a relationship with somebody. So I don't pass out pictures of my vagina. I don't do twerk videos. I don't do, it's so much stuff. Like guys are asking me for stuff. Guys are asking me to give them pictures of me with somebody else or videos of somebody else. So I was thinking about um trying to get the guy that I date to come on with me. Now, the guy that I date here in California, he is one of the number of love interests I have. I've always been the type of woman that has always been in a position to choose. I've always had options. I am like, it's hard to get me to settle down with a man because it's so many men in my face and it's something specific that I want. So, in order for me to be in a relationship with someone, it takes a lot for me to do it. And men are kind of like that, because men don't want to fall in love with the wrong person. And that's kind of one thing that I can relate to with men. I don't want to fall in love with the wrong person. I don't want to marry the wrong person. I don't want to commit myself to the wrong person. So a man has to do a lot for me to consider wanting to be in a relationship with him. Okay. And the last time I was in a relationship, not last year I got engaged for a little while to a guy who was lying to me. And 3 years ago, I got in a relationship with my son's father, and everybody knows about that all over YouTube. And before I got into a relationship with my son's father, I was single for so many years. I was single for like 8 years. That's how much of a commitment issue I have. I have a commitment issue. And even Mark, like Mark will tell me, and my daughter tells me this too. Mark and my daughter both tell me that I'm too hard on men. And I kind of got to be that way when I have so many men in my face. Like when I have so many men telling me, you know, that I'm beautiful. When you have that, you never know who's genuine. All right. So it's not just OnlyFans that's presenting a problem for me inside of my relationships. OnlyFans doesn't even bother the guys who are trying to holler at me. Most men who trying to get at me, they realize it's a difference. And if they don't, I have to teach them that this is a difference. I have to teach them that OnlyFans or anything that has to do with the internet or social media, that's my career. That's the things that I'm doing to make money off of it. But in my relationship, I'm a completely different woman. It's the same thing with like masculine and feminine energy. Like I could get on the YouTube and y'all seen me do this plenty of years if you was been subscribed to my channel for a long time. You see me get on OnlyFans. I mean, you see me get on YouTube and have like this masculine tomboyish persona that I always had when I was like in high school and in my early 20s, I was masculine. I was a tomboy. But when I get with my man, I turn my masculinity down. Okay. When I'm in the presence of a man who I can respect, my femininity turns up like 300 times. So it's like I turn into this very soft, fragile woman when I'm in a relationship with a man. I'm a very different woman. So a lot of people that see me on social media, you don't get to see who I am when I'm inside of a relationship. So when I tell guys I do OnlyFans, or if I meet a man and he already knows that I do OnlyFans, sometimes the assumption is, oh, I must get down a certain way. Now that makes sense because that's what all people do. All people believe that the way a woman dresses or the way that a woman behaves, that means that she is, promiscuous or that she sleeps around. Just like if you see somebody dressed in a cop uniform, you're gonna automatically think they're a cop. You're not gonna think that they just being a cop for Halloween. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's Halloween. So you have to understand the context of who you dealing with when you're dealing with somebody that's doing OnlyFans. Now, let me just say, women who are in the adult industry to begin with, it's women in the adult industry who are married. Like, it's this Asian chick I like that does pornography, and her name is Asa. I think can't remember this lady's last name, but her last name started with an A too. But she wrote a book, and that's how I found out who she was. I was in the bookstore and I seen she had wrote a book, and the name of the book had her name on it, and her name is Asa. So it just was like, it stood out to me because the book was like white and it had her name on it, just her name, just ASA right there. And I was like, what? And I found out that she was, in the adult industry. And now when I look at her life, like she has a husband and a child, and a lot of people will look at women who do adult entertainment as if these women are promiscuous within their personal lives. But what a lot of people don't understand is that to an adult film star or somebody who's doing anything that's inside of the adult entertainment industry, it's a job. It's they're acting. It's not real. Pornography is not real. It's people pretending to do something. And as enjoyable as transferring energy is on a personal level, like when you genuinely love someone and you want to get to know them and you trying to, you know what I mean, and you're sleeping with them, that's a whole nother thing versus when you get onto these adult sites and you seeing these people sleep with each other. It's very different in the eyes of someone who does adult entertainment. So when I meet men and they come to me, like one of the guys that I'm dating, it was his idea for me to do OnlyFans, actually. Like I told him I was thinking about it, and he said, "Well, if you want to do it, I can give you some ideas." And he ended up giving me some ideas on how to, be on OnlyFans because I really didn't understand it. And he said to me recently that he wanted to get on there with me, and I was like, "Word? Like you wanna?" I was like, "I've never done like porn. You know what I'm saying? I don't. That's not. I've never done that, right?" And he's like, "Well, we can make some extra money and do it together." And I said to him, "I don't know how I'm going to be able to do that with you and be in a relationship with you at the same time. Because to me, OnlyFans is business. Yeah, I flirt with some guys on there. Yeah, I'll give them, whatever it is they're asking for, whatever services or products that I have that I'm offering over there. But to look at them on a personal level is a completely different thing. Business is separate from my personal life. And that's one thing that I didn't really explain to people who were inside of my YouTube audience. I didn't get to explain to people, when I do tell you my stories, I'm telling you a story, but you're still getting it from a business perspective. It's never going to be, my personal life so much, no matter how many stories I tell you, because there will be so much of my life that you still don't know. But for years, I didn't make that clarification with people. So a lot of people just automatically assumed, hey, she telling us our business. She telling us her business, so we know everything about her. Nah, it's just I had stuff that I could talk to y'all about on a personal level and tell you because it's something that you could learn from. But I had so many private things and secret things. Hey, Byron, I had so many private things and secret things that I kept to myself, even though I'm telling the story. Like I've talked about being polyamorous, and I talked about my bisexuality, and I talked about the swingers lifestyle. And these are things that people are actually doing that they're ashamed to discuss because they don't want to be chastised by other people who are hiding that they do these things as well. Because the truth of the matter is, mostly everybody is having sex with each other. This is not some new age thing that was just created yesterday. You know what I'm saying? It's something that people have been doing, but the people who make it obvious or keep it a buck that this is what they do are the people that other people who are afraid to keep it a buck, they chastise the people that do keep it a buck. So anyway, when I'm dealing with men, I have to explain to a man, hey, OnlyFans is business to me. You can't come on OnlyFans and try to get at me. Because men see that I'm a sapiosexual, right? I'm one of those people where I have to be mentally in a good place with you for me to physically be attracted to you. So I'll get on to OnlyFans, and of course, because I'm giving advice and I'm saying things to men that they need to hear, and I'm being so nurturing, and I'm being the things that attract men to me to begin with. A lot of them end up wanting a date, and then you got men on there who always wanted to date me, and so that's why they're on there to begin with. Then I got men that refuse to get on there because they want to date me and they don't like the fact that I'm on there. Then I got exes who just nosy and want to be on this shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I'm dealing with all types of men across the board, and it's not that I'm not used to it, because of course I was modeling it sometimes a long time ago. OnlyFans is nothing like Backpage to me. I mean, because I from what I understand, and now I've never been on Backpage, so I don't know, but I'm guessing that Backpage had a lot of prostitution on it. Um, I don't know if that's what people are doing. You know what I'm saying? Because I only know what I'm doing, because you can't see everybody else's. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you can't see what they doing. You can only see what you doing and who you subscribe to are doing. It's not like one of those open sites where you can just get on OnlyFans and you see what everybody is doing. So I can't say, hey, OnlyFans is like Backpage, because I don't see everybody's OnlyFans profile. I don't see their account. So I don't know what everybody else is doing. I do know that I follow OnlyFans on Instagram and Twitter, and the people who doing OnlyFans, they're not just doing adult content. The people that, if you follow OnlyFans on Instagram and Twitter, you'll see that it's a lot of celebrities, it's a lot of people who don't do adult entertainment that OnlyFans is promoting, because you can't promote adult content on Instagram unless you're in another country. Twitter lets you do it, but you got to set your location to another country. It can't be the United States, because the United States doesn't allow it. So one of my like I have more than one Instagram account. I got like 5, and my main one, anytime I put up an OnlyFans promo, Instagram snatches it down instantly. It's the same thing with Facebook. But one of my other profiles that's built in the UK, I got about 66,000 followers, right? I think it's 66. Yeah, 66,000 subscribers over there. And it's men and women that are not inside of the United States. And everybody that's connected to that Instagram, whether I'm following them or they're following me, if they are in the adult industry, they can post whatever. And because they're in another country, it's looked at differently. People inside of the United States shame people sexually. When you go to other countries, they don't look at sex the same way. And only people who travel know that. Most people who only been in the United States, the way that they look at sexuality is different, because in the United States, especially if you are a woman, your sexuality isn't as respected. If you go to places like, like Brazil or Puerto Rico or shit like that, the way that they look at well, not even Puerto Rico, because Puerto Rico is kind of like part of the United States. But if you go to like Brazil or something like the UK, like I said, or just any other country other than the United States, they look at sexuality very different. Okay, so they're more open to it. It's more common. It's more welcome and accepted. Let's put it like that. So my OnlyFans account that's built out of uh Europe, I don't have my name or nothing on it at all. And I just put up my OnlyFans stuff, and it never gets taken down. So anyway, um what other people are doing on OnlyFans is not my business. I can only talk about what I do. And I don't do pornography. And like I said, I was thinking about it, because the guy that I was dating was like, well, we could kind of do like a Erica Mena and Safari type of thing. I was like, well, we would really have to be serious with what we doing. I wouldn't just do that type of thing with just any guy. Like, I'm just not gonna do that. Like, maybe my husband, or maybe I don't know. I just couldn't fathom in my mind doing porn to begin with. Number one, and number two, doing it with somebody I'm in a relationship with. That's I just I don't know. Like I don't know. I just couldn't. And so anyway, this began to make me question him and my relationship with him. And did he genuinely want to be in a relationship with me? Because a lot of people will say women who do OnlyFans, or women who are comfortable in their sexuality, other men don't usually take them serious. Now, here's my thing: whether a woman is promiscuous or comfortable in her sexuality, most men are not walking around here taking women serious to begin with. I give relationship advice all over the internet. If you ain't noticed that by now, then I don't know what to tell you. But when people contact me, I don't care whether it's male or female, when it comes to a man taking a woman serious, it has very little to do with how everybody else perceives this woman. So let's say you got a guy out here, his name is Tony. Tony thinks that April is a damn whore. Okay? Tony thinks she's a whore. But Michael will look at April and love some shit about April and not give a fuck what Tony talk about. I noticed that when I'm dealing with all of these people and they're talking about the people that they're connected to. It's the same thing with women. You ever looked at a woman and be like, I can't believe she with this Dusty. It's men like I posted a TikTok the other day and the guys was in the comment section talking about how they were good men and how usually when they're good men, women do not like them. They don't like to be spoiled. Because I was saying, I couldn't understand why so many women are walking around here saying there's no good men out there when there's so many men out here doing so many good things. Like every solid relationship that I've been in, okay, every time I've been in a relationship, each one of those relationships I was in, whether he cheated on me or not, I was getting my bath water ran. I was getting massages. He was cooking for me, writing poetry or doing something romantic for me. It's always been like that inside of every single relationship I've been in. So it's been reciprocated. It's not just him doing stuff for me, but I've been doing that stuff back. And that's been every single relationship. Even with me and my son's father, the way that we broke up so publicly on YouTube, you would have thought that our situation was one-sided. But he was very much a gentleman. When we was together, he was very good to me. He was very good to me. So I just when I hear people think that women who may be promiscuous or maybe do OnlyFans or do adult content, and people think that these women can't find a man to be with, that's not true at all. Like that's a false premise altogether. But for me, it's like because I'm new to this, I'm trying to find another way to be able to decipher the difference between a man who is genuinely into me or he into me because he want number one clout, because that's been a problem in the past. Men trying to get closer to me because they want clout. That's number one. Number two, men only wanting me for sex. Now, for me, this has been kind of like something I've been dealing with since high school. So, cause I just said like at the beginning of the live stream that I was kind of tomboyish, right? I'm a tomboy. So hold on, hold on. I'm a tomboy. So when I started to become like feminine, because as I got older, I got kind of feminine. It kind of was like men were uh hey, what's up? Sorry that I came in late. You ain't missing nothing. I still got something good to talk about. Don't worry about it. Um, when I first started getting into my sexuality like that, like I think I lost my virginity when I was like 15. Okay, and I was in a relationship, and I was in a relationship with that guy for a long time. I didn't stop dating him. Oh my God, I think we stopped dating on and off after 10 years. We were literally dating each other on and off for 10 years after that. So it's when I got in tune with my sexuality, right? I remember when I first lost my virginity. I was called a whore then. I was called a whore then. Like had I lost my virginity at 18, would I have been called a whore? You know, if I lost my virginity when I was like 25 or 30, would people have looked at me sideways for losing my virginity? Or if I held my virginity till I was 30 and then I didn't wait until I got married to have sex, would people consider me a whore? You know what I'm saying? These are things that I was dealing with. Just me losing my virginity with my boyfriend, not some random person, but my boyfriend. And people was calling me a whore. You know, so my sexuality is something that I've had to deal with my entire life. People was calling me a whore long before I even started having sex. And I think a lot of women go through this. A lot of women go through this, and only other women can tell women this. only other women can explain this to everybody, because men don't notice. Men don't notice because y'all don't go through this. Women go through this. We go through stuff that we don't usually talk about. We go through sexual assaults and everything by our family members, friends of our family and stuff. We go through that stuff as kids. That stuff is so normalized inside of the Black community that you don't hear a lot of people talk about it, or it's so taboo to talk about it that nobody wants to talk about it. But these are things that's happening to us as kids. And so when we grow up and we have like these hangups about our sexuality, we be dealing with that. Like, it's so many women, I'm telling you, it's so many women out here who have high sex drives just like men. They just don't tell nobody. Because if they tell somebody, they're going to be chastised for it. See, me, I'm gonna live up to my sexuality regardless. I don't care what people think. If I have sex with a man today and every day for the rest of the year and everybody in the world find out, I won't give a shit. And it will still be a guy out there who would want to be with me. But to me, I want to have sex with somebody that I genuinely love and genuinely want to be with. And this is when OnlyFans started to be a problem with me and the guy that I've been dating. So he said to me, now this is what I said a minute ago. It was him who said to me about 6 months ago that I needed to start doing topless pics, because I didn't have any topless pics in there. For a long time, I just had me in lingerie, me doing something sexy, and guys was paying $10.99 for that and had no problem with it. And he was like, well, if you want to make some more money, I think you need to go topless. Right? So I was like, okay, I'm gonna start doing topless. Now, if you go into my OnlyFans and you look at my menu, my topless photos and videos are expensive as hell, right? Because my thing is, seeing me topless is like not average. It's not some normal shit to see. You don't just you don't just get on the internet and be like, Soncerae topless, and then all these pictures show up of me topless. No. So I was like, if I'm gonna sell this art, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make some money off of it, right? And so I started selling them, and he been my friend the whole time, but as of recently, we was talking about like stepping it up a notch. Now, I haven't had sex with this man. I hadn't had sex with this man, and it's been like 7 months. And we kind of been more apart from each other than around each other. So I didn't feel comfortable with having sex with him ever. Even if when he came around, I didn't feel comfortable because he hadn't done anything. Like, what could he possibly be doing in the 7 months that I haven't seen him or been seeing him off and on? What did he do that would make him worthy of me having sex with him? And vice versa. Like, what possibly could I be doing as a woman that makes me, valuable enough to have sex with this man? And men don't think that way, but they expect women to think that way. They expect women to be like, holding their virginity, and it makes them more valuable, makes us more valuable if we, tune our sexuality down. But men could go out here and just sleep with whoever, you know what I mean? And women are supposed to think that they the prize. No. No, to me, it's like, you got to prove to me that you a prize. You got to prove to me that you got some self-control, because men go around and sleep with whoever. So I'm thinking with this guy, I'm like, man, who is this dude really for me to feel comfortable with having sex with him? He's been my friend. We've been talking. He's been giving me good ideas as far as OnlyFans go. But is he somebody that I could actually be with? And here's the straw that broke the camel's back to make me realize that I couldn't be with this dude. E-Boogie, there's nothing wrong with a woman having a high sex drive. Yeah, you say that. Yeah, you say that. But a lot of women who have a high sex drive, if they're promiscuous and they have a number of partners, whether they're protecting themselves or not from STDs or pregnancies, people will still chastise this woman and make it seem like it's a problem that she has a sex drive. So anyway, me and the guy that I'm dating back, his name's Puerto Rico, by the way. I call him Puerto Rico because he's from Puerto Rico. So anyway, Puerto Rico is like, can I do OnlyFans with you? And I'm like, no. Like, the first thing I'm thinking is like, what? No, I don't do pornography. And I was like, you would really want to do that with me? Like, if we get into a relationship, you want to do that with me? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, why would you want everybody to see us? He was like, well, everybody wouldn't see us. People who paying for it would see us. I was like, that still would be a lot of people, boo. And he was just like, I think we
I think I would do it. Now, I began looking at him in another light because I was like, wow, he would feel comfortable with that. So now that's making me think in my mind, does he have the kind of respect for me that I want from a man? Because I don't know if any man would feel comfortable with their woman on OnlyFans, any American man, okay? Any man who's from the United States of America would want their woman on OnlyFans. Because even before, when I was dating Doc, remember when I used to talk about I'm dating Doc all the time? Do y'all remember that? I was talking about I dated the doctor. The doctor was like, yo, if me and you decide to be serious, I'm gonna want you to no longer do OnlyFans. Now, the doc was talking about doing OnlyFans with me too, but he said if he was to take me serious, he wouldn't be able to do OnlyFans with me. But here is Puerto Rico, and he's saying, yo, I'm gonna be with you, and I'm gonna do OnlyFans with you. And he was talking about doing YouTube with me, and I was like, wow, dude. Whoa, homie. Like, I don't know. That's a lot, boo. I was like, I don't know, babe. That's too much. So anyway, I said to him, I gave him a choice, right? I said, listen, I asked him, I said, is it that you want to just have sex with me and that's it? Is that why you talking about doing OnlyFans? Because you interested in sleeping with me? And he was like, nah, of course I want to do more with you. I mean, I've been talking to you all this time. I want to do more with you. Now, this is what I tell women. Men will wait 90 days, a year to fuck with you. If he a fuck boy or if he's scum of the damn earth, that's just who he gonna be. It doesn't matter how long he waits for you. A fuck boy will wait however long and pretend to be whoever he needs to be in order to be with you. You know what I'm saying? So like I've been talking to this guy 7 months, right? So I asked him, I'm like, so do you just want to casually sleep with me? Is that it? You just don't want any strings attached? He was like, no, that's not it. Now, mind you, he said this to me in my face. I was sitting across from him when he said it. And this was like two weeks ago. He said this. And I was like, okay. So that next week, I thought about it. I hit him up. I said, listen, I give you two choices. I said, listen, if we do OnlyFans, I can't be in a relationship with you. All right. I would prefer that we continue on the course that we on and try to take each other serious. Because, it seemed like we really digging each other. So tell me which one you want to do. If you want to do OnlyFans, then we don't have to kick it no more, and we can just handle it business because OnlyFans is business to me. Or we can stop talking about OnlyFans altogether and just continue on the same course we've been. Guess what he chose? Guess what the fuck he chose? You guessed right. You guessed right. He chose OnlyFans. So this made me rethink the 7 months I've been talking to him. It made me think about all of the stuff that he had been saying to me for 7 months. Was he just saying what he needed to say or what he felt like he needed to say just so he could sleep with me? And that's the issue I was having long before I had OnlyFans. So OnlyFans does not determine whether or not a fuckboy approaches me or not. You see what I'm saying? It's neither here nor there. And a fuckboy can be of any stature. I just told y'all a doctor. I was dating a doctor before I started dating Puerto Rico. And before I was dating the doctor, I got engaged to the guy that I know since middle school. I was talking to y'all about that too. And how he pretended he had bread, and I found out he had no money and a drug and alcohol abuse problem. And that's what made me and him break up. So it's like dating for me, it isn't about my sexuality. You know what I mean? It isn't that. Men who genuinely want to be with me, right? They still end up lying to me about stuff. It's always something. They're lying to me about something, whether it's another woman or where they are with their life. They're going to lie to me about it. If they're genuinely wanting to be with me, because they don't want me to know the truth about who they are, because they know if they tell me the truth about who they are, I'm not going to want to deal with them. That's the issue I've been having. It hasn't even been anything having to do with sex. Puerto Rico's thing was sex. Did I tell y'all why I stopped talking to Doc? I stopped talking to Doc because somebody asked me in my comment section, like, what happened to Doc? I think this was like a month ago. Somebody asked me this, and I don't think I ever told a story about what made me stop talking to Doc. The Doc decided that he wanted to play this trick on his ex and make his ex feel guilty because his ex was trying to get back with him. So he made her feel like he and I was like damn near close to marriage just so he could hurt her feelings. And to me, I felt like that was a big orchestration to do to somebody that's your ex. Apparently, you must still have some type of feelings for this person, right? Basically, right? So, Aaron, you said the real Aaron Collins, you saying I'm damn sure wouldn't feel comfortable with my woman on OnlyFans. Exactly. Because a lot of men cannot handle that. And I tell men all the time who keep trying to holler at me, I'm like, listen, if you trying to get at me, you gotta be a stone cold alpha. I'm talking about alpha to the level of your confidence level is damn near on arrogant status. And I don't even mean arrogant status in a positive way. It almost gotta be like, matter of fact, you can't be arrogant because usually arrogant people care about what other people think about them. Confidence and arrogance is two different things. Confidence is when people just really don't give a shit what people think. I need a really confident dude. Arrogant men or men who have some type of egos, sometimes their egos are so fragile, they care what other people think about what they are allowing their woman to do. Also, if a woman is doing OnlyFans and she is having sex with other men, that presents a problem. That presents a problem for a lot of men who are into monogamy. Because how could you be monogamous and be with a woman who does pornography? That don't make sense. You would have to be dealing with a woman who is poly. Because not only will she be having sex with you, she will be having sex with other men. What a lot of men also can't fathom is that there are women out there who can have sex with you without feelings. I'm the type of woman that my vagina and my feelings go together. It's kind of hard for me to have like sex with a man and not feel anything. I have to feel something. If I don't feel, and I don't mean physically, I mean I have to love him. I have to love him. I can like for me to get to a point where I'm having sex with a man and I don't feel anything, I'm hurt. That's the only time I'll be able to do something like that if I'm I'm so stressed out that I need some type of relief. So I'm gonna go to a man and get that relief. And still, even if I'm getting relief from a man, it won't be a strange man. It'll be some guy I know or some guy I've done it with before, or maybe an ex. And I try not to do that. Now, mind you, before the guy last year, the drug addict, before him, I hadn't had sex with anybody since my son's father. And that was 2017. So I go long periods of time without having sex at all. Because for me, I have to have emotional attachment. And it takes a lot for me to be emotionally attached to a man because I feel like a lot of men are expendable. I don't feel like men are a prize. And I just don't, I'm not pressed. I think that's what it is. I'm just not pressed. I don't care. I don't care if I never get married. You know, I care about having a friendship and I want a man to be a companion of mine, but I'm not pressed. So it's easy for me to throw men out. And my daughter says to me, you are way too hard on men. You're way too hard. But I've been through so much. I don't know. I don't feel what other women feel like. Women be so pressed. They be so pressed. And I'm like, why are you putting up with so much shit from this man who is sleeping with this person and that person? Like, it's a whole bunch of other women claiming this man that you claim that you want. And you're so pressed. I mean, I see women fighting over men. And I'm like, why the fuck are they fighting over him? Like, I can't understand it. And even when I was sitting there with, like, when I was arguing back and forth with my son's father's ex-wife, people thought I was mad at her because he wanted her. That wasn't even my issue with the bitch. I didn't care about that. I was like, girl, go ahead and sleep with him. Do your thing. But what was pissing me off about her is she was affecting my son's relationship with his father and affecting my co-parenting relationship with my son's father. That's what was pissing me off about her. Like, I don't care if you're sleeping with him. Like, do what you need to do, sis. But what you need to be getting the hell out of the way of is my situation with him. So I can have a healthy co-parenting relationship. But people thought I was arguing with this chick because she was sleeping with him. Because while I was with him, them two were sleeping with each other behind my back and all this shit. I was like, fuck all that. Listen, I don't care about none of that. I care about my son. That's all I care about. All I care about is my son. So anyway, so it isn't OnlyFans that's creating a problem. Most of the men that I've ever dated all still want to be with me. It's like, out of all of the men that I've ever been in a serious relationship with, most of them want to be with me. And I haven't been in a serious relationship with a lot of men. I'm only 40 years old, and most of my relationships have been long term. My relationship with my son's father was like short. It was like I wasn't even with him for a solid year. And I don't think it would have went that way if he wasn't so concerned about what everybody else thought of him, because he could not handle the backlash that we all get online. All of us, everybody online, when you decide that you want to speak your opinion, maybe you want to post your opinion on your Facebook page or your Instagram page or something, your YouTube channel, you want to make a video, there's going to be somebody out there that's going to troll you. We've all had it. It's no one is exempt from that, right? But my son's father could not handle other people speaking about his life, even though they're speaking from a position that they don't know fully what's going on. Like, no matter how many things you hear or how many rumors or how many stories you hear about people, you will never know 100% about what went on because you weren't there. You have to physically be there and see it from the beginning to the end to be able to understand the context behind some of the things that you're hearing. And a lot of times these stories be so misconstrued. It's like, how could you even pass the story on to somebody else? Like, there's so many stories I hear about people. I just don't even repeat the story. Because at some point in the story, I'm going to realize that I'm talking to a person who done heard a different version. You know what I mean? Whole different version. If every day was a perfect day, my love, smothering. What, Frederick? What? You got to repeat that. You got to say that again. I'm 42-year old. If I became a rapper, does that help me get a woman? Oh my God, no. Listen, another thing with guys is you have to be more confident. Men are so insecure. That's the one thing that I've noticed about all of the men. Like, OnlyFans has definitely taught me this as well. I've learned this from all of the relationships that I've been in, but for the most part, OnlyFans has taught me that a lot of men are insecure because a lot of men could be, man, attractive, everything, and still not think highly of themselves because of something some woman done told them. Don't think because one woman don't like something that another woman isn't. Just because one woman might not like, I don't know, something on your body, doesn't mean that another woman is not gonna love that shit. And that's what I want guys to stop being so, like, guys want all women to like them. They don't want a selective woman. They want variety instead of one quality woman. Y'all want quantity. Y'all want a shit ton of women to love you. No, you should only be trying to get the attention of one woman to love you, because I'm telling you, that's way more valuable than a shit ton of bitches. I'm sorry, it just is. It just is, because it's like, man, listen, it's beautiful women all over the world. It's beautiful women everywhere. But each woman is going to get with you for motives of her own. And it's going to be rare that you find a woman that's with you for you. And when you find one that's with you for you, that's a whole nother thing. But no, I don't think that you could be a rapper and get and get more women. You're a multiple business owner. Why are you on OnlyFans? Do your partner see that as a conflict of interest? Star Child, you're gonna have to listen to the beginning of the live stream because I spoke about that. OnlyFans is another. Ignorant people. Let's go over this one more time for the ignorant. Anyone in the back that didn't hear me, let me speak up about this again. Okay, OnlyFans is also a business. Anyone who's doing OnlyFans who is making a shit ton of money off OnlyFans will tell you it's a business. It's not just something you sitting there doing for your personal time. It's not a hobby. It's not like you get on YouTube and you do some like some of y'all just get on YouTube and do videos for free and shit out here live streaming for 8 hours and shit, just talking and gossiping and shit. That's y'all hobby. That's what y'all do to just be passing time. But there are people out there who have turned being on YouTube into a business. They generate money off of it. It's what they do. That's the same thing with OnlyFans. OnlyFans, the people, the top tier people up there who are making the most money, it's business for them. It's not just some fun thing to do. When we were in the beginning of this live stream, I was talking about how porn isn't real. It's orchestrated. It's just like a movie that you would see on Netflix. Every time you turn on um let's see, what's a porn site? Pornhub.com. Let's say you turn on the Pornhub.com. That's basically you turn it into Netflix.com. All you doing is going on Netflix. It's just the same thing with just sex. That's the only difference. But it's all entertainment. And then you might have some people out there who are content creators themselves. Say for instance, like you know how you get on YouTube, right? We're on YouTube right now. You get on YouTube, there's people on there like you might watch Jimmy Kimmel, or you might watch Trevor Noah. You might watch the CNN channel on here, or you might watch FX channel or something like that on Netflix. You see some movies on there. You might pay for YouTube Red. You see those professional stuff up there. That's business. But then you got other content creators who get on here and they create content and they make money. Like, for instance, you got your, let me see, who would y'all know? Who would y'all know? You got your Tommies. You got your Tommies. You got your Minister Jops. You got your O'Shea Dukes. You got your Nyla Says. You have your, who else? Cynthia G's. You have, these are all content creators. So it's the same thing if you was go onto Pornhub.com. Let's say you go to Pornhub.com. It's just YouTube but porn. That's all it is. So when you see people and you see maybe Brazer, right? Brazer is a professional company. That is not somebody sitting there just, doing porn to pass time. That is a legitimate company. So when you get on OnlyFans, it's the same thing. Let's say let me name some people who are on OnlyFans other than me who are doing OnlyFans as a business. Black China. Black China don't get on OnlyFans just to do it to pass time. It's a business. Cardi B. She gets on OnlyFans for the extra source of income. It's a business. Yeah, Cardi B is famous. Yeah, Cardi B making millions, but it's not stopping her from doing OnlyFans. It's the same thing with Erica Mena and Safari. They make more than enough money, but they get onto OnlyFans and make some more money. It's business. So when I get on OnlyFans, it isn't because I'm struggling. It isn't because I'm lacking in my other businesses. It's I want more money. And then I'm going to want some more money. And then I'm going to want some more money after that. And then I'm going to want some more money. And guess what? Then I'm going to want some more money after that. It's an endless thing. It never stops. When you are financially stable, it still doesn't stop because you have to turn around and you have to maintain your finances. You have to maintain your wealth. You don't just get wealthy and then you stop working. A lot of people think that. A lot of people think that because they aren't wealthy yet. They don't know. Once you become wealthy, you don't just sit down and relax and just be traveling the world and doing absolutely nothing with your life. That's not how that works at all. No one wealthy will tell you that. Everybody who is wealthy, whether they're a multimillionaire, whether they're a billionaire, it doesn't matter. They work, 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 work all the time. Everything is about business. You eat, sleep, drink, business, and money. That's all you think about all day long. That's why we have so much of it. That's why we have so much money, because all we do all day, every day orbits around money. That's how you get wealthy. Okay. So throw the whole idea of when you're wealthy, you just get to sit there and just chill. Nah, because you got a whole nother lifestyle you got to deal with. You're in a whole nother tax bracket. You got a whole nother set of problems that come with wealth. Wealth does not get rid of problems. You're wealthy with some other problems you got. Now you got a new set of shit. Biggie said it. More money, more problems. Don't think them problems go away. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. I know you was I know you was playing about being a 42-year-old rapper. OnlyFans is overrated to someone. Like sometimes I'll be talking to guys who come into my OnlyFans messenger, and we start talking. Like I talk. I'm one of those people that, because I give advice. I'm there anytime that somebody needs talking to. And a lot of these people want to connect with me. It's not, they don't just come in there just wanting sex. They want to talk. A lot of times they want to relieve some stress. So that's why they're there. So they want to sit down and they want to have a conversation with me. When OnlyFans is overrated for somebody who comes in, because they'll be bored. A lot of them see so much porn that when they get on OnlyFans, they are so bored. Like they need so much more to get off because they've seen so much. And that's the part that scares me. Like I put in my community tab the other day, I put up a picture of me. I was topless and I had flowers on my chest. It's still up there on my YouTube community tab. I put flowers up on my chest. And I was saying, is this picture too much? Because when I put it on Facebook, they ripped it down. And I couldn't understand why, because it was like, why are you ripping down this picture? This is a rated PG picture. This is a PG-13 picture. But I had to ask, does it look PG-13 to me because of so much stuff I've seen? I've seen it. I worked at the swingers club. I've seen more than enough sex. Okay? OnlyFans. I've seen more than enough pipe because men think, and I don't know why they think this creepy shit. They think because I'm showing my body that I want to see theirs. I'm not on OnlyFans because I want to see a man's body. I'm on OnlyFans because you guys want to see mine. But men will think, oh, OnlyFans is just my thing. I like to just be, freaky like that. So I just want to see a whole bunch of pipe. No, no, that is not it. So, I mean, it's just weird. It's just so weird. People complaining but not making money. Used to do affiliate marketing for dating sites. Well, affiliate marketing is also another source of income that can create passive income. A lot of people don't know that. Most people who don't know anything about wealth make fun of people who are making money. Like somebody asked me the other day about Uber. And like, do millionaires drive Uber? Hell yeah, in San Francisco. Because everybody a millionaire here. You can't live here unless you are one. It's the cost of living is sky high. You cannot live here unless you are a millionaire. So hell yeah, it's millionaires over here driving Uber, doing DoorDash, hauling everything. Because the cost of living is astronomical. So while you living in your little podunk towns where everything is cheap, some stuff is still 50 cents. You know what I'm saying? And you looking out into the world and you seeing people doing all of these types of different types of jobs and stuff, and you're thinking, why are they doing that weird job? They should be ashamed of themselves. It's money. Stop judging people for what they do for money. Like those people that was judging that guy that worked at Trader Joe's. Remember the guy that played Alvin on the Cosby Show? Remember when it came out that people was making fun of him because he worked at Trader Joe's? And I was like, how are they making fun of this man for providing for his family? He's not out there doing anything illegal. He's not selling any drugs. He's not robbing anybody. He's working at Trader Joe's. And people were making fun of him because they felt like Alvin from the Cosby Show, which is a show that ain't been popping since God knows when. Why would he still be making money off of that? Good money. I'm not talking about some little royalty check that's a couple of thousand. I'm talking about decent money. By the time Alvin was working at Trader Joe's, his ass wasn't making nearly as much money anymore as he was making on them checks, them Cosby Show checks. And that's the only place I seen Alvin at. And I ain't even his real name. Okay? That ain't even his real name. So anyway, it's always people that don't have money or don't know how to create wealth, who are making fun of people who are doing certain things to create it. They're confused. Very. I'd rather have rich problems than poor people problems. I mean, maybe. Let me tell you something. Living in California, right? You got to be wealthy, okay? It's just, you don't have no choice. You got to be. You got to be, or you're going to drown. You have to be wealthy. You have to think about money day in and day out, or you're going to drown, right? So, what makes California, at least the part of California I live in, as expensive as it is because of the rules and regulations associated with living here. You cannot just be any random person and live here. It's clean. The police out here ain't no joke. It's a safe environment. In Atlanta, right? I think I just seen a YouTuber. I was talking to Mark today about this YouTuber who got onto YouTube 2 days ago and was talking about being in Atlanta and getting shot at. Do you think I had that problem out here in Northern California with all of these wealthy people? No, sir. Because in order for you to even just be walking around this place, somebody's going to question why you're here, what you're doing here, because you won't, you can't. It's not like you can't just loiter where I live. It's not that environment. It's so much better. It's like the food is better. The water is better. I mean, just the drinking water. Just out of the faucet. Just out of the faucet. Drinking water is better. Clothing is better. It's a better environment. It's the environment that you gotta pay for. But if you walking into places where it's dirt cheap to live, you get what you pay for. Don't forget that. You get what you pay for. So when you hear people complaining about the cost of living in California, if you knew what it was like to live here and you lived a couple of places inside of the United States, you will see why it's so expensive. You'll get it. You won't be sitting there like, oh, this is not worth it. No, it's fucking worth it. It's worth it. Every cent. Okay? Every cent. And there's people out there who are like, I want to, like, say for instance, you got people who live in Los Angeles, right? Or matter of fact, people in California who want to move out of California because they don't have the money to live here to begin with. The kind of wealth I am generating, I am building, I will be able to live anywhere in the world. That's the kind of money I am building. I don't have time to think about anything else. So everything with me is, what business can bring money into another business that brings money into another business. And then once I have all that money, how am I going to get each dollar? How am I going to assign it a job? Each one of my dollars is an employee of mine who goes out and gets more money. Do you understand that? Basically, every dollar I have is a recruiter that's going to go out there and get more money. That's all I think about. Because my wealth building mindset is, I want to be able to live anywhere in the world. I don't want to be sitting here like, I don't know where I'm going to live because I can't afford it. No, no. Because that's why people will move out of California. They can't afford it. When I find a penny, I pick it up and put it in my pocket. I know that's right. Put that shit, put that shit in your pocket. No, I'm gonna leave pro woman Jay. I'm gonna leave it up. But yeah, so the question was, does OnlyFans affect my personal life with men? No, because the same issues I had before I joined OnlyFans is the same issues I have now, where I got to worry about whether a man is with me for my physical appearance. Is he with me because he wants clout? Is he with me because he wants some of my money? Is he with me because he only wants sex? You know, these are things that I had to think about before. I've always had to think about that. So it's not, no, it's not affected. No. Mm-mm. Now, what I did want to say was about my exes. All of my exes still reach out to me. I tell Mark all the time. Mark sees them. Mark sees them. Mark, man, every guy that I had a serious situation with is still hitting me up, calling me, wanting to get back with me, wanting to do something with me. And I get a lot of apologies from men. I always get a shit ton of apologies from men. And they're saying shit like, I realized how good you were to me when we was together, but I took it for granted. Let me give you an example. Let me give you an example of a guy who just now realizing he made a goddamn mistake. So I moved to Atlanta in 2000. And I think in like 2002, I think it was 2002, I started going to college. And one day, while I was riding the train to school, I met this guy who also went to the same school as I did. And I was getting over a relationship, and so was he. So he and I started hanging out. And we started a friends with benefits situationship. Okay? Because neither one of us wanted to be in a relationship. But we really just wanted somebody to talk to about our relationship. So me and him did that for like a year or two, right? Kept our friendship, didn't make it be about anything but us wanting to, when we wanted to have fun. Okay. We stopped talking to each other. A year might go by. 2 years might go by. He come back around, wanting to take me serious. All right. So we started dating, getting on a serious level. I find out he doing stuff with other women. I don't know what women. I just find out. I don't know how I find out, but I'm getting on his case about it. I'm like, if you want to be with me, tell me. If you don't want to be with me, don't pretend like you want to be with me. Just don't be with me. We stop kicking it. Start trying to kick it again. He messes it up again. Ends up having a baby on me, right? So I moved to Charlotte from Atlanta. I moved to Charlotte. I'm in Charlotte a year or two. Somehow he finds me like on Facebook or something. He's like, "Oh my God, Soncerae, I've been looking for you." I'm like, "Well, you was tripping. I don't want to talk to you no more." Finds me, proposes to me, says, "Hey, I bought a new house in Lithonia. I want you to come move into the house with me, marry me. Move from Charlotte back to Atlanta." All right. I'm like, okay. Uproot my life. Move back to Atlanta. I get to Atlanta. For 3 months, he giving me excuses about why I can't come to the house. For 3 months, he does this. Finally, after 3 months, he's like, well, the reason why I wouldn't let you come over to my house is because it's a woman living there. And I'm with this woman. I'm like, this motherfucker. I'm mad. I don't want to talk to him because I done uprooted my life. I'm upset. Lord, stop talking to him. Couple years go by, he tell me he ain't with this girl no more. I'm like, okay. We start talking again. Find out he with the girl by getting online, and I see their wedding registry. I see their wedding registry. I don't even know how I found it, but I found it. I hit him up. He's like, I don't know why she got a wedding registry up, but we not getting married anyway. Scroll up to this year. He calls me wanting to come out to California from Atlanta for Valentine's Day. Now, now me, I'm not having it because by this time, years done gone by. I already done picked up on the shit that men do. So now I'm already so like tarnished in that department that you can't fuck with my head no more. No man can fuck with my head anymore. And that's what's killing men's chances with me because they can't come to me with excuses and bullshit because I shut them down. I shut them down. It's really good men out here in these streets, of course. But like I said a minute ago about quality versus quantity, it's less quality than quantity. So I gotta go through all of these fuck boys to even get to a quality dude. Because I gotta go through the sifting process. In order for you to even get a good person, you gotta date. So he's on here talking about something wanting to come to California for Valentine's Day. I'm like, yeah, nigga, whatever. I mean, yeah, nigga, whatever. And he's just talking to me about how one of the times he gave me a phone because one time we was dating, he gave me a phone, and when we broke up, I gave him the phone back, and he said to me, just today, he said to me that when he gave me the phone back, when I gave him the phone back, a guy called my phone and asked to speak to me, and he told the guy, "This is the Soncerae's phone anymore," and so the guy decided that he wanted to tell him, ask him questions about me, and he tells him that he's not my boyfriend. Both of them already in their mind know that neither one of them my boyfriend. But the guy on the phone is telling my ex, good that you didn't date her. And it starts telling him all this negative stuff about me, right? Now, I'm thinking, did you believe him? Like, why? Let me tell you something I also learned about men. Men lie often, especially about women who have rejected them. Because men have egos that are so fragile. When a beautiful woman rejects them, they lie about that woman because they don't want other men to want that woman. So I said to him, the stuff that this man was telling you about me, did you believe him? Because it would be stupid for you to believe him because he was calling me. If I wasn't shit, he wouldn't have been calling the phone to begin with. He was calling because he wanted to talk to me. He wanted me. So when he got you on the phone and he started talking all this negative shit to you about me, you shouldn't have believed him to begin with. Men lie and men gossip and they don't want women to know that. And I picked up on all this game about men and I know so much about men. I know how to keep a man. I know how to get a man sprung. I know how to have a man so whipped that he's eating out the palm of my hand, and I never do it. I never do it because I feel like all of the stuff that I've experienced in my entire life, I'm not going, all of the negative stuff that I experienced, I'm not going to take it out on other men. Because I can play a man just like I seen men play me and play other women. I can do that. It's just, it's a choice though, because I don't want that karma to circle back to me. I've been through too much stuff that I didn't deserve. Why would I ask for karma? Ask for some fucked up shit by sitting here manipulating some guy to eat out of the palm of my hand. I'm not doing that. Fuck no. I'm good. Have to pass. Yeah. So Susan Anthony, it's not affecting my life because usually women who do what I do, we attract a different kind of man. Okay, like I don't do pornography. I can only speak from a person who has been in the adult entertainment industry on a modeling type of thing where I just take pictures. You know what I mean? Like I'll do a topless picture here and there. Okay, that's what I do. All right. It doesn't affect my relationships. And just like I was talking about that Asa, I think her name is Asa Akari or Asa Asakari. I don't know. She's Asian, but she's married with a child. And a lot of women who do adult entertainment are married. And a lot of people don't know that. You see your favorite porn star and you're thinking, oh, she's this single chick that likes to be, just busted wide open. Nah. That's a fantasy. You're being sold a movie. To them, those are movies. They have an award show, y'all. Let that sit with you. The adult entertainment industry has an award show. Like they have their own Oscars and Grammys and all of that stuff. Let that sit with you. All of that stuff is scripted and orchestrated for you. So to them, that's written material. It isn't that they genuinely just having a good time. No, all of those moans you seeing, all of the stuff that they're doing, gagging and shit, all that stuff, pretend. Just let that sit with you. Just let that sit with you. You look at porn completely different. But anyway, so I don't do pornography. But from the perspective I'm sitting in, it's like I have to date a specific kind of man who is confident in who he is. Number one, he has to be comfortable with his own manhood and what he's doing. And he has to be able to trust me as a woman and trust that what I do is business and it has nothing to do with how I feel. You know what I mean? Like my feelings, no. My feelings are designated for my man. Just like sex is designated for my man. I'm not just gonna do like porn and have sex with guys, and I'm not doing all that. That's not my thing. But I know women out there that do it, and I'm not judging them. I'm not judging them. I never will. I don't know their situation. Okay, so each woman is different. Each woman is different, and we just need a different type of man in our lives. You can't no weak dude deal with me. And I'm not saying that like I'm a zoo animal and I'm going to give him a hard time, but he has to deal with other men enjoying how beautiful I am and being able to have access to me in that way. They'll never be able to be intimate with me or be close to me on the level that he would be, but he would have to know that and trust me. And usually a man who when I date, I usually build a friendship first anyway. I usually build friendship first, and I can only date men who are intellectual and open minded. I cannot date some vanilla minded, low energy. Like I can't do it. I can date guys that have low IQs and shit. Like concerned about what society think about them and all that shit. Nobody got time for that. Cause society ain't in my household. Society ain't paying my goddamn bills. Society ain't gonna give a shit about me if I'm out on the corner with my shit on the side of the corner because I ain't got nowhere to live. Society gonna drive their ass right by me. So I don't care what people think about what I do for money. You know what I'm saying? It's annoying because half of the people who are judging somebody else for what they do for money are broke. That's the shit I don't get. Like you sitting home broke. You rather sit home and be broke, and that's your choice. But don't look over in my direction and judge me for what I've chose to do to generate income. I was in corporate America for many years. Y'all know I have a business degree. I was in corporate America for many years. I had me nice little IT jobs that pay very well. And now I own my own software design company. I do UX design. I do graphic design. I do all types of marketing and advertisement for all types of different companies. However, that's just one source of income, and I need to have multiple ones if I want to build the type of wealth I want. And the type of wealth I want ain't, oh, I just want to have $1 million or $2 million. No, I'm trying to have like $500 million. That's what I want my net worth to be. 500 million. That's a lot of money. So that means I have to have multiple sources of income. And there will be a day where I'm not doing OnlyFans anymore. There will be a day I'll do that. But what a lot of people don't understand is that the adult entertainment industry is an industry that generates a lot of income. But it's not the only industry that I'm in. It's not the only one that I'm in. Okay? Now, I teach people wealth stuff all the time. I teach people wealth tips all in my community. tab on YouTube. I teach it on my YouTube. On my Instagram channel. On my IGTV, on my Instagram feed. It's wealth tips. It's on my Twitter. It's on my Facebook. I teach the women inside of my single moms group financial management, because I'm not just doing this so I can be wealthy. I want the people who are listening to me to be wealthy as well. So I pass on the knowledge. I tell people if you haven't noticed, the years I've been on YouTube, I tell people what I'm doing. It ain't like I don't share the wealth. You just gotta want to do it. I got a whole playlist called Money Talks. And I've been talking about money for years. I got a whole playlist where I'm talking about spirituality, how to get closer to God, how to have a better relationship with God. It's there. But do y'all care about that stuff? No. Y'all care about the rumors y'all heard about me. Other people make a video about me. They get more hits on their shit than I do. Because y'all don't give a fuck about what I'm trying to teach you. You don't give a fuck about the good shit. You give a fuck about the drama, the issues, the stuff that's entertaining. Because me talking to you about money and finances is just not entertaining enough. What's more entertaining is talking to you about my OnlyFans and how that's affecting my life. So in order for me to generate some money, I got to talk to you about what you're willing to listen to. I can't talk to you about what I want to talk to you about, because a lot of y'all don't want to hear that shit. If you go on my community tab right now and you see all the positive quotes I put up there, most of the quotes that I put up that got something to do with money don't even get any likes like that. If I put up a quote about relationships or some shit like that, baby mama drama, some shit that got to do with drama, they get a whole bunch of likes. Because that's what people want to listen to. People want the money. They want the wealth. They want the freedom, but they don't want to do the work that comes with it. They don't want to get topless on OnlyFans because they're too worried about somebody judging them for being topless. Forget the fact that you can make $5,000 or $10,000 extra a month. Forget that. Let's just throw that out the window. She's taking her top off. Let's judge her for that. Fuck out of here. If you could make an additional $5,000 to $10,000 a month just taking off your fucking shirt, you scared? You scared? I have a nice rack. I have a nice rack. Guess what I'm doing with it? You feel me? So this isn't about people judging me. This is about something that I have tunnel vision about. Okay? Yeah, OnlyFans, right, Aaron. OnlyFans had a document, I didn't even look at it, but it had Bella Thorne on the front. Bella Thorne supposedly changed the dynamic of OnlyFans. She did something on OnlyFans. The week I joined OnlyFans, Bella Thorne did something crazy to where I think she false advertised some shit, and then all of these people signed up for her OnlyFans, and then she faked them out. And a lot of people wanted their money back. And so OnlyFans changed the dynamic of how you can make money on it. Now it's like, it's kind of a 7-day type of, okay, put it like this. So every time I cash out on my OnlyFans, I can cash out whenever I want. And it takes 3 to 5 days for that money to get into my account. But the problem is the way that it accumulates. Like the way, like, okay, the money that I made today is not going to be available for me to cash out until like next week. You see what I'm saying? Like I should be able to make a shit ton of money today, cash it out, and get all of it. But that's not how OnlyFans works. The money that I make today, I'm gonna be able to make next week. So basically, what I'm cashing out today is some money I made last week. Put it like that. Bella Thorne, I don't think it was Bella Thorne that put OnlyFans. Cause see, Beyonce had said something about OnlyFans before that. Cause she had put it in the remix with Meg Thee Stallion. She was talking about she was gonna be on Demon Time and get an OnlyFans. That was the first time I heard it. Cause I was like, what the fuck is an OnlyFans? And her being on a demon time, you know? But everybody was so scared to get on OnlyFans. Like everybody, every time I heard somebody say something about OnlyFans, they said something negative, like it was ratchet or like something negative was happening. So I went to look up OnlyFans on my own. I went to see who was on it. I did my research first and I saw that there was so many people on there that wasn't doing pornography and that I could get on OnlyFans and do what I wanted to do. And it's girls on there, I'm telling you, it's girls on there selling pictures of their feet and that's it. Because it's people that like feet fetishes. It's people on there that all they do is live streams and that's it. Not everybody getting butt ass naked on there. So when I joined, people just automatically assumed I was doing porn because somebody else spread the rumor. Somebody else told people that. I didn't tell anybody. I just came back like I was gone for like 5 months, and I just came back. Boom! I got an OnlyFans. That five. Let me tell you what I was doing for those 5 months. Those 5 months, I decided to get offline and mind my business. That's exactly what I was doing, minding the business that pays me. I was learning whatever skill I needed to learn so that when I decided to come back, because I knew I was going to come back, I just didn't know when. I was trying to figure out when was I going to feel comfortable with coming back online, because I got offline altogether because I couldn't stand it. It was sickening to me. It was disgusting to me. And the reason why it was so disgusting to me is because I couldn't understand how so many people had the lack of self-control. So many people were so pressed to get some story out that I committed suicide. They didn't even go bother researching first. They just said it. I was so disgusted by so many rumors that had been spreaded about me for so many years. I was like, I have to do something to get myself out of this, just this funk of just consistently hating getting on the internet. Because I literally hated it with a passion. I could not stand getting on the internet. And I never used to be like that. I used to love the internet. And it got to a point where I hated it. And I was like, I gotta do something. So I just started doing a whole bunch of research and I just started watching everybody else. I just sat there and I just watched everybody else and learned what I needed to learn. I sharpened up on my graphic design, my video editing skills. I took courses, I took financial courses, I took counseling. I prayed, I meditated, I was with my kids. I did what I needed to do for me to put me back in a better place. That's what I did for 5 months. I wasn't just sitting there. I did research. But one thing I did do was leave social media alone. I didn't touch any social media. If I saw something from social media, it's because my daughter showed me. So when I came back, I still didn't know what the fuck was going on as far as social media went. Like everything needed to be updated. I didn't even know how to work some stuff because because 5 months had went by, and in that 5 months, social media had changed. In that 5 months of me no longer being, it changed in that little bit of time. So certain things I didn't even know how to use anymore, and I had to like update apps and shit like that. And I was like, what is this new? What is this? And what is this? I had to learn social media all over again. It was a trip. It was a trip. It was a trip. Uh, Beyonce endorsed it in a song. Yeah, Beyonce said something about OnlyFans, but to me, OnlyFans, it doesn't affect my personal life. That's just the point that I wanted to make. Men treat me the same way they treated me before I got on OnlyFans. The ones that were choosing to disrespect me was just going to be the guys that disrespected me. The guys that don't disrespect me and still love me, they still love me the same way they did before. It's no different. It's like the same. It's no different. Even when I meet new guys, it's so normal for a person to have OnlyFans. They just be like, oh, okay, that's not all right. Like it's nothing. Seriously. And I'd be like, you sure on the inside you ain't feeling some type of way? They're like, no, I'm good. I don't know. I mean, what I'm supposed to be bad? So it's not looked at as bad as it used to be when you're dealing with people who are evolving with the times. Everything is different now. Everything is different now. You can't keep trying to shame and degrade people that are different from you. That those days are starting to be over. Somebody's different from you. Somebody's deciding to do OnlyFans, but you're not. Okay, you're two different people. That don't mean you more important than that person. That don't mean you better than that person. Because trust me, it's gonna be some shit that you doing that person would never do. Yeah, I do OnlyFans, but trust me, everybody that's listening to the sound of my voice, there is something that you do that I would never fucking do. There is some lie you told. There's something that you stole. There is somebody that you manipulated. There's something that you did that will be utterly disgusting to me. Trust me, because that's how all human beings are. We all got it. So to me, it's like I cannot look out into the world and judge everybody else for what they doing because I'm pretty sure something I've done somebody is not gonna like. We all different, and it's okay for you to be an individual. Just keep it a buck about who you are. That's the only thing I can't stand. I can't stand people who be faking the fucking funk, pretending they something that they not, lying to everybody about who they are. I don't like that. Stand 10 toes in your shit. Take accountability and responsibility for your shit. That's all I be wanting people to do. I can't judge you for your choices. Only you know what works for your life and what works for you. And when I'm looking at men trying to figure out who I want to date, that's all I think about with them. Like, number one, are they 100% with who they are? Because when you meet someone who is 100% with who they are, when they look at you, they don't look at you with disdain and misjudgment. They look at you and be like, okay, all right, maybe I could deal with this person. Maybe I can't. Because only you know what you can deal with, but they're not going to mistreat me. They're not going to lie to me. They're not going to do, you know what I'm saying? They just gonna be like, yo, I'm really not feeling that you do such and such, and I'm like, all right then, because that's what I ended up doing with Puerto Rico. I was like, listen, dude, listen, listen, I don't like the way that you communicate. I don't like what the fuck. I just really think that you and I ain't gonna work out. We're not gonna work out, and that's fine. I'm about to delete your number, and we good. Let's just end it here because I don't want to be in a relationship with somebody and then you a problem later. You feel me? So everyone, exactly, Aaron. Everyone has a dark side. Everybody. No one is exempt. So when somebody try to throw something in your face, be like, hold the hell on. Like, I know you of all people. Just say that to everybody. I know you of all people are not sitting here judging me like your ass is holier than thou. I can't stand what other women call other women hoes. This one chick used to call me a hoe all the time, right? And she used to do porn. She used to do like source porn, like play with dildos and stuff like that. But she would call me a hoe, and I'd be looking at her like, "How the fuck are you in any position to call anybody anything when you are online playing with yourself? You are online selling sex, but you want to call somebody else a whore? That didn't make any sense to me. I was like, these bitches are so slow. Like, oh my God. Like, no, and people don't like to do self-evaluation. They can't stand it. I don't like people who aren't intelligent enough to do self-evaluation. You have to be smarter than that. You gotta be the type of person that go out there and be able to look at yourself in the mirror. If you can't look yourself in the mirror every day and be able to call yourself out on your own bullshit, I don't like you. I don't like you. And the reason why I don't like you is because at any given moment, you can manipulate every single person around you with your lies and your facades, depicting yourself to be something that you're not because you don't even take the time to look in the mirror and see who you are. You too busy trying to pretend to be something that you're not. Like all these people that be walking around here, quote unquote, hood rich. You're looking rich. You got designer everything on, but you broke. Most times when you see people with designer everything, they got all this jewelry, fake teeth, and all this goddamn shit. They're carrying all this cash, using their water cash as a phone and shit. Ain't got no goddamn land, nothing. You gonna see them same people 10, 20 years from now broke as hell. Because they didn't invest their money into anything. They was too busy showing it off for social media and buying shit they need. Clothes, shoes, jewelry. You don't need that stuff. The wealth, let me tell you something I learned about wealth from these people in California. Because these people in California taught me wealth. I learned more about wealth here than I did in Atlanta. These wealthy people, they don't give a fuck about brands. They don't give a fuck about jewelry. They don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Everybody that's wealthy out here, they got a nice vehicle and a nice home and some land and investments, businesses. They don't care about fashion here. They don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Every mall that you walk in, they don't care. They don't care. People walking up and down the street. You don't see, like, when I was in Atlanta, I used to see people going to the grocery store, going to the goddamn Waffle House, dressed up and shit. Just going up the street, just looking like they goddamn going to the BT Awards. I'm like, you're just going to go get some chicken and waffles. What you doing? Why are you dressed like this? Because everybody wanted to impress everybody in Atlanta. Everybody wanted to be somebody in Atlanta. But here, these people don't care nothing about none of that. They care about their family, their pets. Oh my God. They love their animals here. Their animals are the shit. They treat animals like people here. You better respect the fucking animals here. They don't play that shit. Animals. Love the fucking animals. All right. They do family, community. They big on community. They take care of their community. They care about money, safety, business. The wealthiest people walking around here with a raggedy pair of flip-flops on, some shorts, and a little raggedy shirt that might say NASA on it. That's a wealthy person here. A whole bunch of damn Mark Zuckerbergs walking around this motherfucker. The wealthy people are like little tech Asians and Indians. All Asians. Indians and Chinese. Now Hispanic people. Now here's the thing about Oakland. Oakland, Oakland. Oakland's a whole nother place. Oakland, you got Hispanics and you got African Americans. Now they might care about fashion because because it's Oakland. Okay? Oakland is like Atlanta, just more Hispanic, basically, and more like multicultural. And and a lot of the black people that used to live in Oakland don't live there anymore because Oakland is now so high end. It's so expensive to live there. Now everybody that was of color moved out. Who? Frederick never said Frederick Monette. You never said who you are. You never said who you are. But yeah, Oakland, you might be like, I gotta drive to Oak from where I live. I gotta drive to Oakland to go find a decent place, a decent boutique to find something I will wear. I gotta go out to Oakland to be able to find a decent beauty supply store because where I live, it's barely any black people. Because I live in a very wealthy side of town. And I gotta drive all the way to goddamn Oakland just to find a damn beauty supply. At least a decent beauty supply. Because to them, beauty supplies, like when you've been living in Atlanta, a beauty supply is a whole nother level. Because in the beauty supply store in Atlanta, they got clothes in there, jewelry, all types of stuff. You could go into the beauty supply store and it's a one-stop shop and you come out because the boutique and the beauty supply store is in one place. But here, they don't do that like that. So somebody might be like, oh, it's a beauty supply store up the street. No, it is not a beauty supply store. That is a Sally's beauty. that's what that's for the white ladies. That I can't go in there. I don't know nothing about that place. All they got is hair dye in there and that's about it. I don't know nothing else about it. You know what I mean? So it's not the same. It's not a black beauty supply. Oakland got that. And they got a lot of beauty supply stores, but they only got one or maybe two that remind me of a beauty supply store in Atlanta.
It's always dusty females like you saying stuff like this. I cooked you the other day. Surprised you even showed your face on YouTube. Oh wow, that shows how irrelevant you are to me because I don't care about your little tiny video in comparison to the big things that I'm doing with my life. You know what's funny to me? When okay, the funniest shit to me, and I talk to Mark about this all the time. The funniest shit to me is when people gotta go out their way to tell me that they talked about me. Dude or bitch, if I didn't see it, that means it's irrelevant. And the fact that you had to come into my chat to tell me that you did it speaks volume. It shows how irrelevant you are. No one cares about your opinion. You would have to be someone I care for or someone that is making a difference in my life for me to care what you say. Because you don't know me well enough to make sound judgments about who I am as an individual. You only know what you heard, or you can formulate an opinion off of a couple of videos that I've posted on YouTube. But you will never have me in my feelings to where I'm so upset because of a video that you made. Fuck your video. Nobody give a fuck about your video. Like y'all be putting too much stock on your videos. Don't nobody care when you have your opinion is just your opinion. I get to choose whether your opinion is valuable to me or not. And I'm already telling you that it isn't. You feel me? Oh Lord. I don't know who LA Entertainment is, but the fact that he done came into my chat with this stupid shit. I don't know. And I think the reason why they do that is because they're trying to entertain some other trolls and shit. Because trolls like to entertain each other. Y'all think too small for me. I can't no. I'm on a whole nother level, boo. You can't make me mad with your video. But good luck with your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish on your YouTube channel, I definitely wish you the best, dear. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It's always dusty females. It's always debaters that, that got something to say about something a female doing. Have y'all noticed? It's always debaters. It's always debaters. Because let me tell you something about alphas. Alphas do not, I repeat, do not indulge in female feminine issues. They do not sit down and bark at women. Women just come to them and they created a good environment for women, and they never had issues with women. They never degrade women either, because only a beta needs to try to make a female feel less than who she is so he can feel better about himself. Alphas don't have to do that because they already have like this power and this self-confidence that they already are harboring inside, so they don't need to do anything external, in order to create some type of confidence or self-esteem. You feel me? It's weird. That's LA the YouTube stalker. Is that the same LA that said some shit about I used to be cool with this dude named LA, and then he asked me to come onto his show. And I came, this was many years ago, and I came onto his show and he let some other dusty beta like say some negative shit about me. Yeah. He probably just came into the chat to get some attention. I don't know. I listen, don't even get me trying to understand. Don't even get me to try to understand. Um, yeah, I always say that YouTube is the stomping grounds for beta male activity. This is the, like, think about this. I'm on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and I'm popular on all of them. I had to start me a second Twitter page because I couldn't get into the first one. So I'm locked out of the first one. I had to start over on my second Twitter page. And I only got like 100 subscribers, 100 followers on my new Twitter account. But on my other one, I had like 8,000, something like that. But what I noticed is it's a lot of beta males on YouTube than anywhere else. And I think the reason why is because on YouTube, the way that you could be on YouTube is you have a Google account. And the Google account allows you to be whoever the fuck you want to be. And from as far back as I can remember, this was already a beta male, like red pill type of we hate women environment when I first got on here. And that was many years ago. That had to have been like in 2008 or something like that. Maybe even 2006. Back then, it was already we hate women, we hate women, we hate women. Because when I got on here, I was like, who are these dudes in my comment section just talking negatively about women in general? Just it didn't matter what I was saying. They just didn't like women. And so it's just grown. It's just like a bigger beta male. It's the blind leading the blind. So you got these beta males out here pretending that they're leaders of a pack. And they're just the blind leading the blind and encouraging beta males to be more beta. And they think in order to be classified as an alpha male, they got to do some toxic male shit in order to be like manly. And that's not what being manly is. Being manly is being able to protect women. You know what I'm saying? And if you see a woman that may be down or you see a woman that you might disapprove of, you don't sit there and kick her and, try to make her feel worse about herself. Only somebody that's feeling low inside of themselves would do some shit like that. The term beta male is overused. Not for me, because I use beta and alpha to describe two different types of men. Beta is a fuck boy. It's a bad man. Alpha is a good man. That's as basic as it gets for me. I don't go into, I might go into the whole Sigma male thing, but I don't think beta male is overused on any other platform. I don't know who else is using beta. I know Cynthia G used to call the Dusties beta males. um Real Game University, listen to me and listen to me real good. You said it's you, LA, you started beef with me first. Nigga, I don't know who you are. I don't know you. This beef you're talking about that I started with you is imaginary, homie. It's imaginary. Now I'm gonna try to show you some respect because I'm a lady. But if you stay in my chats with this bullshit, I'm gonna turn my masculinity up and it's gonna be bigger than yours because you already proven that you a weak nigga. Because you coming into a female's chat on some dumb shit. You feel me? Like you came in here guns blazing, trying to provoke me. So when I reply, that'll give you some more, content for your raggedy ass channel. Now, if this is the same LA that I know, the little bit that I know, let's tell the real story and keep it a buck, my nigga. Let's do that. See, I'm going to talk to you in that beta language because I know that's the only shit you understand. I was cool with you. I fucked with you real hard, nigga. I thought we was cool. Just like every other person that I get on this platform and I'm cool with. I always been a real cool chick. Online and off. And everybody that's ever fucked with me know that. But you bitch niggas get onto this platform and try to pretend like that wasn't the case. And that's how you want to rock foul and funky like that. You do that shit. You do that shit. That's your business. But you ain't about to change the truth, nigga. So let's keep it a buck. We was cool as shit. You asked me to come onto your platform. My platform has always been bigger than yours. Always. Even back then. So it took a lot out of me to come on your platform. Because your platform wasn't about shit. But to support another black man like I always done, I came onto your platform because I knew coming onto your platform will bring you more subscribers and will bring people over to your raggedy ass channel. I supported you. So I came over there. I get on that shit, and you got some nigga on there talking shit to me like I ain't nobody. And I sat there like a lady, and I didn't argue back with this nigga. I tried to let you handle it because it should have been your ass as my quote unquote friend, and you a man. You a man. You was supposed to check that nigga, but you didn't. You was sitting there like a little bitch laughing. So what did I do after that? I stopped fucking with you. I ain't make no videos about you. I ain't talk about you. I ain't say shit. I ain't say nothing. I left it alone. I didn't talk to you, see you. I blocked you. I left it alone. I didn't say nothing to you. Then when I took my little 5-month hiatus, I come back. I'm doing a live stream. Randomly, you come in it. And you're like, oh, why'd you fake your death? I was defending you, bitch nigga. Shut the fuck up. You wasn't defending shit. You was taking advantage. You was taking advantage of the fact that discussing me was going to get you some views on your goddamn channel. Keep it a buck, my nigga. Because me and you hadn't spoke. You ain't had no reason to defend me this time. You didn't defend me the first fucking time when this nigga was talking shit to me like I wasn't shit. And I'm sitting here, your friend, and doing you a motherfucking favor and encouraging you and being all motherfucking positive and shit. And you gonna let this nigga talk to me like I ain't shit? Fuck you. Then you suddenly gonna defend me because of everybody else making up a motherfucking suicide rumor? And now you want to bring your bitch ass into my comment section and try to make it seem like I started a beef with you? Nigga, suck several dicks. Don't come in here with no bullshit. Every time I come, this is why I don't do live streams. Because bitches like you come into my live chats because you want some attention, you want some views, you want people to watch you. You come in and you provoke me. When I don't fuck with you, I don't say nothing to you. I don't spread rumors about you because I don't talk about nobody. That's not how I operate. All you motherfuckers sit down and you gossip with each other about each other. I don't do that shit. I mind the business that pays me. Talking about LA don't bring me no bread. But you talking about Soncerae bring it to you. And you can sit up here and try to front like it don't, but we all know that that's a motherfucking lie. Because we can look all over YouTube right now and put Soncerae in the search, and you'll see a whole bunch of other motherfuckers making videos about me and getting views. Y'all motherfuckers get more views talking about me than Soncerae get views talking about Soncerae. So if you're going to come up in my chat talking to me, you better talk to me about some truthful shit, some intellectual shit. Don't come in here being no beta, because I will talk to you like you are one. You want me to respect you? Come here with some truth. Don't come in here with no bitch nigga shit. Don't come in here with that. Now, moving on. Now, yes, I love Yanni, girl. Yanni is my chick. Let me tell you why I like Yanni. Yanni is my chick. I fuck with Yanni so hard because everything that she say, I be thinking. It's just like she's saying so much better than I ever could have said it. She's a better, and I said this to you guys the other day when I was talking about her. She's just a better content creator. She's a better content creator than me. She is the person that says exactly what I would say, and she says that shit so much better. And I rock with her the way that I do because she has the same tomboy energy. We both were tomboys. So we both can see and we view things the same because of that. See, let me tell you something about being a tomboy. We learned a lot about males early. Men taught me about men. So when I give relationship advice or I'm talking about betas versus alphas, this is something that men taught me. This is not something that I'm pulling out my ass and I don't know what a real man is. I'm just telling you what a real man is from my feminine energy. No, I'm telling you what a man is from me dealing with so many because I ain't had no choice. I was the tomboy. I was the one out there playing basketball with them, football with them, sitting down being the only girl in a room full of guys. Not guys that was trying to fuck me, but guys that was just cool with me and they felt like I was one of them. That's different from you being in a room with a whole bunch of guys and everybody want to sleep with you. Nah, when you in a room with a whole bunch of guys and they consider you one of the guys, they start talking different. See, when I come in the room with the feminine energy and I'm a female, I get a different response from men than when I'm masculine or I'm tomboy. I'm in touch with my tomboy energy. I'm different. So they talk to me different. They talk to me like I'm them. And the only way you could understand that is if you was a tomboy yourself. That's why I like Yanni, because she gets it. She gets it. Okay, now, are you asking me why I'm spazzing out? I'm a social worker. We don't take criticism personally. Criticism. Somebody's criticizing me where? Somebody's criticizing me. I didn't see anybody criticize me. Oh, you talking about girl, bye. Girl. Are you talking about how I just spazzed out on LA? Fuck LA. This ain't about no goddamn criticism. Girl, no. No. Did you not hear how I spazzed out on that nigga? Apparently it don't have nothing to do with criticism. Apparently it got something to do with something else if I went that hard on that nigga. I'm not gonna go that hard over some criticism. Fuck out of here. What I look like? Anyway. Um yeah, I used to be like real boyish. Like in high school, I used to live in DC, so I used to wear sweatpants, a hoodie, and some Timbs to school, and I had short hair, and I was like very, very tomboyish. Yeah, I'm feminine. I'm feminine because I know how to tap into my feminine energy. I have both. And there's some women out there that have both. We have both masculine and feminine energy. I have both. So when I'm around men, like say for instance, if I'm around men and all of them are just my friends, I have like this masculine energy. So men just love like being around me. Any group of men, anytime I've always been the girl that they sit down and just be regular with. But when I'm in the presence of a man that I want to kick it with, I get so feminine. I get so girly because that's the part of me where my feelings are. You know what I mean? Like that's where my sensuality is, my feelings are. So it's not my feelings. All right, put it this way. Put it this way. Let me see if I can explain it better. When I'm attracted to a man, right? You got sexual attraction and you got emotional stuff. Those two things are tied into my femininity. Then when it comes to my intellect, right? I have it's split into I have masculine male logic and I have female logic as well. So that's why if you go onto any social media platform that I'm on, you'll see that my audience is mixed. It's never just females or just males. It's always both. Especially now, because I used to have a long time ago, I used to have it to where only men would watch me. Females would never watch me. They didn't like watching me. And then when I had my son, it switched. to where now that I've had my son, I'm more feminine than I was. It's almost like I don't know what happened, but the level of femininity I had before I had my son has now reached to a higher level. DC, let me tell you something about DC. I'm originally from DC, and the one thing that I notice about men from DC is they usually pretty honest. Like if they want to just sleep with you, they just say that. They just be like, "Yo, I want to fuck." You know what I'm saying? They just be like, "Yo, I just want to sleep with you." You know what I'm saying? They don't really lie about it. So that's why it surprised me that that guy that I was engaged to last year, he was a drug addict and an alcoholic, and he hid that from me. Because usually guys don't, men from DC, and this is a man I know since middle school. I known this man since seventh grade. So for him to, that's probably why he was hiding it from me. Because the man that I knew didn't do drugs or alcohol. He had been in the military. So he was making it seem like the money that he had was basically from the military. He told me he had $640,000 in the bank and that he was going to be set, and that he wanted me to take that money and invest because he knows I'm good with money. Like once I have money, I'm good. So I learned a valuable lesson dealing with my son's father, because my son's father had me thinking, oh my God, ladies, never date a man and then think he gonna kick in the gear if you get sick. Always have more than enough money that if you something was to happen to you, you'll be able to cash in them coins and use that money to be able to survive until you get better. Because I relied on my son's father to take care of me while I was sick, and he didn't. And that's a whole nother story. But anyway, so the guy that I know from middle school, he started flying. He flew in early in the middle of COVID. And he flew from DC to Cali, and I was impressed because you don't just get on an airplane in the middle of a pandemic and fly to come see some woman that you don't give a shit about. So I was really impressed by that. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like DC men have never been the ones that's been like lied. I never seen it. Now the DMV is on. For those of you that don't know what the DMV is, the DMV is DC, Maryland, and Virginia. And usually DC and Maryland, Virginia, we treat it like it's one place because it's kind. I mean, it's small, but not really. I mean, yeah, it is. Yeah, it's small, so it's like DC, Maryland, Virginia, all one place. More of DC and Maryland, because I mean, I think Virginia people kind of added, but not really. You know what I mean? So it's just DC, Maryland, and Virginia. And I don't mean Maryland like Baltimore. I mean Maryland, closer to like Fort Washington, closer to the city of DC, because Baltimore is on the other side of Maryland. Like a lot of people, when I first moved to Atlanta, and I would say I'm from Maryland, people were like, "Oh, you from Baltimore?" I'm like, no, no. So I had to start saying I'm from DC, so people could understand it's a difference. Like how well, you probably don't know, but a problem that Atlanta people have is when they say, when you tell somebody you from Georgia, they say, "Oh, you from Savannah." Everybody always says that. Like if you go anywhere in the country and you tell somebody you from Georgia, they automatically think you from Savannah, when really you probably from Atlanta. Now, if you're dealing with some black people, they might be like, "Oh, you from the ATL?" But for usual people, they be like, "Oh, I've been to Savannah once." I'd be like, "No, that's not, no." So yeah, DMV is DC, Maryland, and Virginia. I'm originally from. I was born in Detroit, Michigan, and when I was about 3, we moved to DC. And then we ended up moving to Prince George's County, which is inside of Maryland. It's like Fort Washington. We moved to Fort Washington. And so I grew up in Fort Washington, but I went to school in Accokeek, Maryland. I went to school because I was smart. Um, I went to like private school, elementary school, and then they shipped me out to a better middle school because of my grades. So I would have to take a 45-minute to an hour drive to school on the school bus, because if you smart, Anybody who's smart, whoever got straight A's in school, you know that they would ship you somewhere else to where you be around other kids who are like smart. And so I did that, and then in high school, I went back to Friendly High School in Fort Washington. But most of the DC guys, just DC people in general, I just never known them to be like manipulators. They don't really manipulate like that. That's not a DC thing. Like what I always noticed about DC or just people in the DMV area in general, DMV people or DC people are very like original. We like to be ourselves, and we don't hide who we are. It's just we are who we are, and either you're gonna take it or leave it. And I think New York people kind of like that too. New York people, Philly people kind of like that too, where it is what it is, my nigga. This is like this is what you get. If you're not happy after this, and I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of how it is. So, um, one thing I have learned by moving all over the place, because I like I said, I was born in Detroit, Michigan, and then I lived in Maryland. I also lived in Charlotte. I lived in Jacksonville, Florida for a little while. I lived in Atlanta, and now I live in Cali. When you move around to all these different places and you get to see how different people live, you could never say something like, "Oh, there's no good men," or "There's no good women." Because I hear people all over the country say that. Like when I'm watching videos and shit, and I'm on like Facebook and all these platforms, and people like, yeah, there's no good men anywhere, and there's no good women. I'd be like, yo, all you gotta do is get out of that little pocket you in. Go travel somewhere so you can see other people. I did a lot of traveling. I did a lot of moving around. So to me, it's like I knew something was going on with Atlanta when I moved there. I was like, something is orbiting, something is festering underneath that city. It's something negative in that city. You know what I'm saying? That's just bad. You know, like it's just bad. And it's like I knew it, and I don't know how I stayed there for 17 years. And for every year I lived there, I kept saying, I do not like this place. I have not felt that way. I've been in, since I moved to California, I've been in California 3 years. I have not felt that vibe at all here. At all. I love Cali. I don't think I'm ever like guys that try to date me that's still in Atlanta. They be like, you gonna move to Atlanta? I'm like, no. My ex like, oh, I got a nice little mansion, and I got a nice little Benz you could come drive. Just come on, move on back to Atlanta. I'm like, I'm good. I'll have to pass on that mansion and Benz. I'm gonna stay on out in Cali and enjoy myself here. I'll be just fine, and thanks. Like I'm good. Anyway, I don't usually do 2-hour live streams, but I did it today because if you haven't noticed, I've been doing little short videos. I've been doing YouTube shorts. I've been posting up my TikToks. And YouTube does not like that. YouTube doesn't like Soncerae doing short videos. YouTube likes when Soncerae does hour-long videos. When I do a video that's hour-long, I get a lot of views. I get a lot of money. So I'm gonna try to start back doing my live streams for at least an hour, and that's really hard for me because I really just don't have time. Like I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna figure it out and come back to doing my lives. I don't know how a troll got into my chat, but I'm trying to tell y'all, please do not come into my chats with that stuff. I can't let that stuff go. Okay, anything that you heard on YouTube, let it go. Any rumor, any beef you claim you have, let that stuff go. I am happy. I am in a good place. And part of the reason why I'm as happy as I am is because I let YouTube go. I didn't care. And YouTube is one of the places that has caused me the most drama ever because everybody who ain't about shit be over here. I got so many people over here that I love, and then I got so many people over here who ain't about shit but causing drama. I hate it. Keep it off my platform. Respect my fucking platform. You want to talk shit on your channels about me? Fine. Do that. That's on you, man. I have no control over what you doing. What you doing is not my business. Just don't come over into my space on that shit. That's all I'm asking. I don't know where Mark at. Mark, Mark was supposed to block y'all. I guess he just, I don't know what he do. He off somewhere. I told him to lay off on the blocking though. I told him it's better to, respond to people now, and because I got a better way I respond to people. I don't usually respond to people how I responded to LA, but LA was looking for it. I don't know that dude like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm good. Anyway, I gotta go, y'all. Thank you for listening. Make sure you thumbs up the live stream. Okay? Thumbs up the live stream. Thumbs up the live stream. That's another thing. For every thumbs up I get thumbs down. So if I get 20 thumbs up, I get 20 thumbs down. Every time. Every video, every clip. It's weird. And it's been like that for years. So I just shut them off. Because I already know what I'm going to get. So for every, like, if I sit here and I say, y'all, thumbs up the live stream, thumbs up the live stream, I get 45 thumbs up, 45 thumbs down. You know? So I just don't even care anymore. But I tell y'all do it because I'm supposed to, and it's part of, YouTube, and YouTube loves that type of shit. And I used to love YouTube. I want y'all to help me fall back in love with being on YouTube. Help me. Help me. Because I don't like being over here. I love being everywhere else. I love being on TikTok. Even the people that troll me on TikTok better than people over here. You know what I'm saying? Like people that's supposedly part of my team. Y'all supposed to be all supportive and shit. Right? Thumbs up the content. Come engage in the comment section. If you genuinely love me over here, y'all got to start showing that shit. And then maybe I'll start coming back over here. But for the most part, I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook because that's where people love me at. That's where people love me at. They show me love, man. They positive. They about getting their money. They about getting that inspiration. They about getting that advice. They ain't about that drama. They ain't about rumors. They ain't about all the bullshit. They don't care about that stuff. And that's why I love those platforms. Because we can sit down and have intellectual conversation with each other, and even when we disagree, it still can stay intellectual and cool. Like the social worker said, it's criticism. I can take constructive criticism. What I can't take is the disrespect and the lies. I cannot deal with people who keep lying. A lot of people lie about their interaction with me. And that's one thing that I just really, really don't know what to do about it. All I can do is accept that that's what people are doing because I can't make anybody do anything. But a lot of people lie about their interactions with me. There's people out there saying we had an interaction when we didn't. There's people out there saying that we had a bad interaction when we didn't. It's people out there lying, knowing that they provoked me to get a specific type of response out of me. But they lie about that. Because a lie is more entertaining. It brings more likes. It brings more views. And I've had to deal with that on YouTube so many times. People can easily destroy your confidence over here. People can destroy your audience spreading lies over here. And just everybody that's on the other platforms just seems to be a little bit smarter. Where they don't just fall for the dumb shit. Over here, people fall for the dumb shit. Often I be like, how are people so stupid over here? Because there's some people, like, sometimes I be in my comment section and I see some people and I love them. I be like, oh, this person, I hope this person comes back into my chat. I see people like that sometimes. I saw people like that in this chat. But then, man, y'all should see the stuff that Mark and I have to delete out of my comment sections in my chats. It is ridiculous. And we supposed to be adults here talking. Now, I'm not going to keep stepping off my throne to address low energy people. So let's keep it positive, please. I do not like stepping out of pocket. I do not like it. I like staying on topic. I like talking about interesting things. I like when people give me suggestions and feedback. I love that shit. Do that shit, and I will be back on YouTube all the time. But if I swear to God, if I keep getting all of this negativity that I had always been getting all of these years, I'm not gonna keep coming back here because it's obvious that I'm not welcome. Now, people talk about something like this LA fuck boy said, I don't know why you showing your face on your YouTube. Why wouldn't I? My shit's beautiful. I got a beautiful ass face. I got a pretty ass laugh. I got a badass body. Why the fuck wouldn't I be here? Because somebody said something about me? That don't matter to me. What matters to me is the intellectual people that come into my chat, the people that love talking to me, the people that love interacting with me. That shit matter to me. Not these opinions other people got that's negative and they just trying to tear me down. They got something bad to say because they want to get some views. And nobody got time for that drama and shit all the time. We grown. Who has time for that? Look at the shit that just happened in the world, man. Look at the shit that has been going on. Life is too damn short. I done lost too many people over the past year from COVID to be sitting here arguing with you. I got my life to live. I'm looking for positivity, fun, and to laugh and have a good time. And hopefully that's what you here for. To have intellectual conversation, learn something, talk a little bit, laugh, and then go on about your business. We got too much shit we got to deal with when we offline. Don't nobody want to get online and have to deal with fuck shit all the time. Who has time for that? You want to learn something about making some money? Shit, I teach you some shit. I teach you some shit. You want to change your life? You want to improve who you are as a person? Hit me up. I got some ideas. I got some suggestions. Tell me what you want to do with your life. Do you know how many people I helped this year start a business? People that was afraid. I helped them start a business. Stop looking at me as if I'm your enemy and start trying to figure out how we can help each other or how I can help you improve your life. That's what I'm here for. God gave me a shit ton of blessings and I want to pass it out to people. So if you got a question, ask me. You got something good you want to say, ask me. You need help with something, ask me. You not feeling good, one day you need somebody to talk to, you need somebody to vent to, ask me. Because that's what God made me for. But other people want to make it seem like I'm here for something else, and I'm not here for that. I'm not here for nothing negative. I'm not here for no bullshit. Okay? That's why my homegirl wear a now why is she wearing a corona she wearing a corona mask on OnlyFans. That's funny, Lakeisha. Um Thank you. You know what? I like my lips. You know what? A lot of people think like I got marks on my lips. Let me tell you how I got my marks on my lips. When I was younger, I used to fight. Like when I was in my early 20s, I used to fight because I never fought. I never fought in elementary school. I never fought in middle school. I never fought. I think I fought one time in high school. When I turned like 22 and I was in Atlanta, the way that people was disrespectful in Atlanta, excuse me. Ooh, excuse me. Ew. And I moved to Atlanta. They didn't learn respect the same way we did in DC. Like in DC, in Maryland, Virginia, we are big on respect. I think up north people just in general big on respect. So when I moved to the South, people was hella disrespectful. So the type of temper I had, I would fight. Now, it wasn't like that at first, because at first I was just getting beat up by the guys that I was dating. Like I would get into these relationships and they would just beat me. And I think it's because I'm little. Like a lot of people think I'm BBW, like I'm like 5'11" or some shit. I'm tiny. I am 5 foot even. I'm a little woman. So the way I fight is different. Like I don't fight to fight people. I fight to kill them because I'm little, so I can't afford just sitting there fighting somebody. especially if they're bigger than me. So when I fight back, I fight to kill. Right? So at first I never used to fight. And then one day I got tired of getting beat up in my relationships. And I remember one day my boyfriend, I don't know what he did. I don't know what he did, but something clicked in me. And I started trying to kill his ass. And ever since then, when I fight to kill somebody. And that's bad. But at the same time, I don't need to be fighting. I'm too old to be fighting. So anyway, when I was young, when I was in my early 20s, I used to get beat up by, I used to be in these abusive relationships and I would get punched in the mouth. And so the marks that are on my lips are from me being punched. A lot of people, I don't know what people think they're from. Like sometimes people think, oh, maybe she got them from smoking. Because, when people smoke, like I used to smoke weed too. So when people when they see the black stuff on my lips, they think it's, oh, she must have smoked cigarettes or she smoked black amounts of weed or something like that. But yeah, I used to smoke blunts all the time too. And I remember why I was smoking blunts. I used to smoke just so I could escape. Like shit would be wrong. I'd be like, yo, I gotta get high. I really have to smoke a blunt. You know what I'm saying? Like, where the fuck are the Dutch masters? Okay. Like, I gotta go to the store, give me some White Owls or something. And so I used to smoke it away, smoke it away, smoke it away, or drink it away, drink it away. And then I realized I wasn't just smoking and drinking away the bad stuff. I was smoking and drinking away the good stuff too. And that's what made me stop smoking and stop drinking as much. And so I started drinking like wine. And even then, I would kill like a whole bottle, 2 bottles of wine. And I slowed down drinking like maybe, I don't know, 2015, 2016. And then I got pregnant with my son and I barely drink. I think I had a drink on a date like 2 weeks ago. And that was it. I don't like the way it feels. Like now it's like I could drink a little bit of something and I don't like the way it feels. um it's not your homegirl, it's you, Lakeisha. I've actually seen you on here. Keep it real, honey. Who Christina, who you talking to? Lakeisha. So Lakeisha, she wearing a corona mask on OnlyFans. I don't know what the point of that was. I don't know how that was germane to what I was saying. I thought it was funny that somebody had on a mask on OnlyFans, unless they sleeping with somebody. Like, you might want to put on a mask if you don't know who you dealing with. But then again, you should be sleeping with them. So I was like, why they got on the corona? Anyway, I ain't want to overthink it. I ain't want to overthink it. But anyway, I gotta go. I've been out here for a long time. I'm supposed to be finished with this shit. I gotta go, y'all. Holla. It's been real. Have vision and stay focused. Namaste.